Hello everyone, in another episode from Victoria Free, and today we will start with another quote like always, and this time that's going to be the quote by Frederick the Great, and I think it perfectly matches the setting of Victoria Free, so let's start with it. Canon lends dignity to what might otherwise be a vulgar brawl. Yes, so these are words of Frederick the Great. Well, whether we agree with that or not, it depends. Of course, like always, like everything in our lives, it always depends. That's the best answer. But let's think about it. Canon lends dignity to what might be otherwise be a vulgar brawl. Do we really think that's correct? Based on the fact how artillery works, I would say that the artillery is the reason behind the vulgar brawl, to be fair. Nowadays, I would say that smart munition, precise munition, is something which lends dignity to to the fighting, somewhat, or maybe the sniper's fire, precision firing, precision shooting in general. But cannons themselves, this is debatable, honestly. I wrote down that quote because I find it interesting, to be fair. I think it well adapts if we take into consideration the medieval ages, and then we apply the artillery concept to the fighting. Then, well, kind of, especially from the era of Frederick the Great, where most of the armies were firing in strict formations. There was a lot of volley fire to maximize the effectiveness of the rifle fire or the musket fire in that case. So I think that quote fits well into the 18th, well, how to call it, 18th century. I thought about age, whatever. So 18th century, yeah, well, that applies pretty well. At least, well, if we compare it with medieval ages, for sure. But whether it applies to the 20th age, World War One, World War Two, even nowadays in Ukraine, debatable. But it's up to you to decide. Okay, timer has started, and let's continue. So, I still have a lot of cash, and I'm trying to use it as much as possible, but I believe that I'm going to invest heavily into my army, I'm sorry. Also, there is a question about reforming my government. It's not great, for sure. If we ask petit bourgeois to join our government, that's gonna get additional points, and we can kick off or kick out the armed forces. The problem is that I like the traits given by armed forces, because this is offense plus 10%, and also defense plus 10%, and also plus 10% military research speed. Is 10% a lot? Well, if something takes about a year, 10% of it is about a month and a half, let's say. Well, it's not too much, but always something, right? That 10% bonus for offense and defense, this is pretty solid. But on the other hand, if we go for such a high legitimacy, yeah, we can call it legitimacy. That's gonna be 98. It decreases enactment time by 25%, plus 33% loyalists from political movements, and also drop in additional loyalists, whatever. Then we have some timed modifiers, responsive governance, what is it? Head of state interest group, government cloud, well, whatever. Oh, those are the reasons, okay. Maybe it's better to just keep armed forces and petit bourgeois. What about that? That's gonna be plus 30 still. I mean, 73 legitimacy, and I think this is good enough. So I'm gonna accept it, and hopefully that's not gonna destroy my government. for my country. Okay, so government is reformed. Cool. And now we could think about passing the governance principles. And I would love to go for presidential republic. I'm not entirely sure about that. The only reason I would prefer presidential republic is that because there are 3 interest groups, and 2 of them are industrialists and intelligentsia, which support this law. And that seems to be crucial, especially if we take into consideration the whole process of enacting that law. So I will select it. Look at the support. Everyone loves it, except petit bourgeois. That's because probably I have them. I mean, my hair is from petit bourgeois, so that might be the reason. By the way, there we can see those little icons in the bottom left corner. I have no idea what it means though. Does it mean that they are in the government? Might be. Either way, petit bourgeois doesn't like any of those potential laws, so they're only in favor of monarchy. Yeah, let's try to enact presidential republic then. Boom. Okay, so I'm expecting some events to happen. And that would be it regarding my government. Petit bourgeois treasury bands activated. Okay, yeah, that's gonna drop immediately because there is a reformation of the government and they don't support it, so... A new journal entry, stamp out monarchism. Yeah, I know where it is. It's journal, and we have it here. Yeah, the following must be true for 5 total years. Belgium does not have monarchy enacted, any civil wars. All interest groups in Belgium, currently 7 out of 8, fulfill this requirement. At least one of these stands on monarchy not greater than neutral. Interest group is not powerful. If completed, triggers the event the last monarchists. Possible event effects? Choose one of the following. The landowners will lose the paternalistic ideology and gain the elitist ideology. Interest group leaders will no longer have royalist ideology. All interest group leaders that support monarchy will change their ideology to moderate. The landowners get hopeless nostalgia. Okay, cool. Maybe I should do that before I conquer Netherlands. Yeah, you see, now everything is deactivated. Yeah, but we get some bonuses from trade unions, of course. We have workforce ratio, which is actually cool. We also have manufacturing industries throughput, which is also great. Of course, I'm not supporting that that party, so or that group. Knowledge of civilizing mission has started to spread. Indochina interest activated, cool. France interest deactivated, this is correct. Andre de Bocharme retires, that was part of intelligentsia, quite sad. And Cambodian attitude improved, and Vietnamese attitude improved. Fair enough. Burmese attitude improved. Communist movement, political... Oh, a new communist movement, political movement has formed. Okay. Doesn't sound great. Okay, I'm suppressing radical movements. Reactionary movements, Belgian supremacist movements. Equatorial Banu national movement. Marginal. Those are political movements. Communist movements, okay. I think I will stop suppressing you guys, which is radical movement. Or actually, there are trade unions, unfortunately. I'm gonna suppress communists for 240 weekly. Holy shit. Let's compare them. Radical movement. There's still way more people in radical movement. Can trade unions move to communist movements though? That would work perfectly for me. I would then just suppress communist movement. And they are relevant. 5%. Pretty scary. Okay, for now let's just leave it as it is. We have some available decisions. The Spectre hunting the world. Okay, that's the... Oh, okay, yeah. Skyscraper site and Congo River expedition. I don't give a shit about it. What is it? The spectre hunting the world. The rising prevalence of socialist unrest within Belgium has begun to coalesce into a movement that threatens the rule of the upper classes. Struggle between classes has acquired a sharper edge as Belgian workers adopt the methods and principles of the socialist movement. The voices of the proletariat cry out for liberty, for equality, and for bread. Workers of the world unite. Oh my god. Bastards. How can I suppress that initiative? The spectre hunting the world progress bar has reached 100%. Will fail if. If failed, triggers the event. A world to win. Communist, anarchist, and vanguardist characters will appear much more frequently in Belgium. If times runs out, triggers the event Firebreak, the Belgian socialist movement will be weakened for the near future. That would be perfect. How can I suppress it? Let me take a look. Looks like I have to truly suppress them. Yeah. Suppress. And radical movements. For now, I will stop suppressing you. Hopefully that's gonna work. There's also labor movement. And that's ridiculously relevant. Look at them. Oh my god. Okay, you know what? Screw communists. Labor movement. That's a serious problem. Suppress. What could we do? I want to do more. Can I kill anybody of you? You are Pascal Figues. Popularity loved. What if I kill you? Modifiers. Exile dissident. Okay. The amount of radicals generated depends on our freedom of speech laws and the popularity of the character. Holy shit, yeah, he's very popular. Exiling him? That's unfortunately a bit too risky for me. Yeah, definitely. What do you have? Utopian. Okay. Pacts. Reformer, radical, and social democrat. Okay, what's that? This movement is currently not creating any radicals. Very interesting. Yeah, we need to suppress them somehow. Let's see how that's gonna work. Yeah, I would really like to exile him. Those are exiled agitators. Who is that? That's a ruler guy, okay. Marian Sapieha. Are you Pole? Oh yeah, home country, Krakow. Cool. He's cruel, charismatic, political operator, inspirational operator. And he's liked. He's from positive... Oh, okay. Yeah, you are from intelligentsia. And you are from... liberal movement. Do I really need anybody? I'm just looking at that because I'm curious, but honestly, I don't think I need anyone. I would really like to exile that guy. He's a problem. But that's gonna be really tough because he's loved. Okay? And there are some events, so let's start with that. Can-do attitude, even in Flanders. Soldiers are complaining that they have no way to open their canned food. Oh, that's a serious problem, guys. Sure, the food's a bit better, but what's the point of if we can't get it at it, eh? Well, honestly, I'm gonna tell you something. That's a problem. I mean, even nowadays. I mean, I served in the army for a while. That was actually the territorial defense. And believe me, first of all, food sucks. I mean, it's disgusting. It's terrible. Army is not able to provide decent food, and it happens that they give you cans, and then it's up to you how to open it. And usually you are not prepared for that, but because, well, mostly cans have that little attachment so you can easily open it, but it can happen that it's without it. Usually it's, well, in probably more than 90% cases, that's gonna have that additional attachment to open it. But if not, then, well, good luck with your knife, if you have any. Some lads use rocks, other knives. The only reliable thing is how bloody annoying it is to eat, yeah. Spend some money on to develop a way. Developing an opener. Wow, that's a massive technology we may go for. They will figure it out. That's the interest group approval. No, we can spend money on it. 5 years, that's kind of a lot. Jesus. Oppressor and oppressed. As our industries have grown more and more crucial to the future of the Belgian nation, so too has the working class. Disparate workers' movements have begun to unite under the cause for socialism. Yeah, 1870. That's a perfect time for socialism. The development of modern industry therefore cuts from under its feet the very foundation of which the bourgeois produces and appropriates products. What the bourgeoisie? Oh my god, I had no clue how to pronounce it. You know what it means. Therefore produces. Above all are its own grave diggers. Its fall and the victory of the proletariat are equally inevitable. Its fall and the victory of the proletariat are equally inevitable. As storm approaches, laborers, pops in Flanders become more radical. Well, there is still a lot of loyalists in my country. And just a few radicals. Just a few. Almost 200,000. Okay. I'm gonna unpause for now. I still have a lot of cash to spend. We should invest in something. I just don't know what. I'm not gonna develop trade capacity. I could actually think about increasing taxation capacity. Yeah, it's on the limit now. It's a good investment in government administration. Here once and here as well. Good. Now let's unpause. Yeah, some radicals increased and loyalities dropped, unfortunately. We need to live with that. And what do you build? Steel mills, shipyards, textile mills, food industries, coal mines, steel mines, food industries, coal mines. Solid. Something has changed here. Oh, what is it? Oh my god, that looks beautiful. I love it. Look at that. That's gorgeous view. Absolutely gorgeous view. Here we have turmoils. Okay. Interesting. Should we expect some wars incoming? Dresden is huge. Here we have Serbia, Moldavia. Any wars? Aniline spreading. What is it? Aniline. Aniline makes certain diacolors trivial to produce. Oh, okay. What about here? America. Oh, they finally incorporated those two little states. Okay. Coming back to Belgium. There's some information. Expensive goods. Ammunition? Didn't look like it's expensive, really. Just curious about market. I haven't seen that for a while. There's problem with groceries, of course. But other than that, it looks really solid in my case. There are no huge deficits. Oh yeah, wheat is in huge deficit, unfortunately. We are not producing wheat. Or grain. Sorry, grain. That's a problem. We are relying on importing food. Monthly price report. Trade. Just out of curiosity, look at that. Yeah, we import a lot of grain. But we also export a lot of tools, engines, iron, and also, well, groceries. Yeah, wood, paper, or fabric, not paper, fabric, grain, and also we import coal. With so many coal mines, we import coal? For real? That's crazy. But yeah, food security. I've just paused for a moment. Of course, no starvation, which is great. Good contribution to the basic food need. Groceries mostly now. Okay, we produce a lot. But to produce groceries, I believe we need grain, right? So, yeah, we import a lot. I'm just wondering from where. Basic food pop need, all states. Where I could check it. Okay, not a significant producer of grain, of course, that's obvious. I'm just wondering from where we buy it. No clue really. Can I check it somewhere? I would love to know that. Because I have no idea from where we do that. Um, how could I check that? Does anybody know? If you know, please write me in the comments because that's the information I really want to know. Oh, okay, I found it. Here we have it. Okay, that's quite surprising. We import most of the grain from British Empire. Wow, I've expected that we are, well, not maybe, no, I haven't expected. I thought about Russia, but from Russia I'm pretty sure we export a lot of wood. No, it's Sweden. And from Russia, barely anything. And also British market, so we are really connected with the British market. This is probably because we have some treaties, right? Your treaties. Yeah, Treaty of Amity and Commerce. Treaty is no longer binding though. So they can cancel that treaty whenever they want. We could also begin improving our relations. What are our relations? Attitude genial and cordial. I would like to improve them though. Let's increase them. Alright, I'm gonna unpause for now. We still don't use all of my construction sector, unfortunately. There are 8 private constructions being constructed using 100% construction. Okay, it says that 100%, but I still see the some emptiness. Okay, so, well, I cannot unfortunately check how it looks, right? Construction sector, no. Filters. Private. Oh, okay, so it works this way, right? So they are using technically 100% of it? I mean, it says that 100% construction. Oh, private construction allocation is 75%. Which means that some of that I should use. Because they cannot use 100%. Unless I can change that, but I guess I cannot. Right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I cannot. There are so many options. Show actions. Nationalize. Enable privatization. A building that is nationally owned can be put for sale. Interesting. I'm thinking about switching to that steel frame. Surely we could afford it soon. The biggest problem is glass. Definitely. That's gonna increase its price tremendously. Alright. I think I will unpause for now. Unless we can build something. Well, the queue is empty, so why not? Taxation capacity increased, which is great. Okay, we are still promoting that social mobility, which is good. Taxation capacity looking solid. Well, because I have money, I would develop government administration or start investing in the army. Let's move some of those battalions. So from the 2nd Belgian Army, I'm gonna move... I have 15. Okay, we have Arme Belge. 9 are available. I have 17 of line infantry. Sorry, skirmish infantry. I'm gonna send 3 more. Okay. Regarding artillery, I'm gonna send 2. Cavalry also 2. Let's confirm. And that's the 2nd Belgian Army. Let's go to Arme Belge. And now we have +2. They are under recruitment or... Oh yes, they are under recruitment. Okay, I'm gonna unpause for a moment. By the way, I would like to change them for some better option, which is trench infantry, but it's not yet available. Mobile artillery, shrapnel artillery will be great. Lancers are fine. Okay, they are still under recruitment. Interesting. 65 Fang skirmish infantry? What the hell is that? Why you are called like that? Jeez. Not how it should look like. Okay, we have 2nd Belgian Army though. I would love to add 1 more. Oh, what the hell is that? Oh, size is 2. Interesting. Oh, Belgian Congo as well. Okay, that's kind of confusing for now. Okay, I'm gonna go for peasants in Flanders. I still don't understand it. Qualifications to fill all current vacancies. And here we have, well, his qualifications for that. I don't know. How many of them I need? I just want to get 1 skirmish infantry. And I would like to get 2 of mobile artillery and also 3 of lancers. 1, 2, 3. And that's what I ask for. And arme belge, that's gonna be 25-5. I don't know whether that composition is good or not, but that's the plan for now. Let's take a sip of coffee. What is it? Population 10 million. Awesome. Oh, we can check, by the way, on the map how it looks like. Alright. Fair enough. Standard of living. Standard of living in Belgium is really high. Look at that beautiful deep green color. And also literacy. Literacy looks awesome. Oh my god. Poor Poland and Russia. Jesus. Well, Austria also doesn't look great. And we can see how it's growing. Beautiful. Portuguese mass immigration to Wallonia. Interesting move. Johann Bantin exiled from Hohenzollern. Do I care about it? What is it? Diplomatic play in northern Germany. Okay. Am I going to support anybody? Annex Mecklenburg. That's the primary demand of Mecklenburgian Radical Revolt. And here we have Mecklenburg. And Mecklenburg is... oh, it's supported by United States of America, Spain, and also Netherlands. Alright, like, good luck. Really good luck. And also support from Russia. I mean, okay. Alright, well, different way. So they are supported by Prussia, and the United States are leaning towards them. Same for Spain and Netherlands. I think I'm not gonna take any action here. This is interesting situation. Here we have Mecklenburg, and here we have that Mecklenburgian Radical Revolt. Look at that difference. 4 battalions against 46 mobilized already. Good luck. Truly, good luck, guys. Okay, what about my military now? They are still 2 under... Okay, no, I'm gonna cancel that. Okay, now it should work. Perfect. 224 peasants and 3 peasants. Oh, I may not have enough manpower to fill in all those slots, unfortunately. Yeah, here we have maximum. You're not. Okay. How does it look like? 100% is used currently. Awesome. Repeaters unlocked. Let's go. Unlocks repeating rifles for arms industries. Leads to hand-cranked machine gun and leads to bolt-action rifle. Of course, we go for more military technologies. I think bolt-action rifle is something I would love to have. The problem is that's gonna take 9 years. Am I going to wait 9 years for it? I could also go for modern nursing, 29 months only. Or breech-loading artillery. Breech-loading artillery. Definitely. We have to do something about our artillery. There is no point mixing into that. Look at the difference. Yeah, 67 battalions. Come on. They will absolutely annihilate them. Okay, we've stopped improving relations because they are amicable. Of course, the first Portuguese pop has moved into Galre. Galre is here. Okay, what about passing that presidential republic? It's in review. Success is 51%. Very curious about it. Okay, French mass immigration to Flanders. Oh. You like my country so much, right? Cool. Curious about one thing. Overview. Labor movement. Yeah, nice. It works. Its relevance is dropping. Unfortunately, agitating is increasing. And they have those 2 bastards, and they are both loved and liked. I mean, one is loved, the other one is liked, which makes it problematic. I'm expecting some revolts. I believe that my army is strong enough to just suppress it, and also the police is pretty strong, so I would love to get additional 2 battalions of skirmish infantry here. And that's gonna be 20 and 5. I have 2 more slots available for the Armée Belge and the 2nd Belgian Army, 5 more opened. Probably I will fill them in with skirmish infantry, or maybe I can do that army a bit more mobile, since they have advancing cautiously, getting additional 5 cavalry units. Cavalry is solid in, well, what does that icon represent? I believe it's offense and defense comparison. Yeah, offense is 30, defense is 20. Morale loss. They have... Okay, morale is quite low. Kill rate higher and battle occupation quite nice. What about artillery? Yeah, kill rate is increased, which makes a lot of sense. Also, devastation is increased, unfortunately. Over a drink. What's the case? In an obscure meeting, Pascal Figgis and the proxy of the trade unions rumbled and lagged about the positives of presidential republic. One was cognizant enough to take minutes. Well, that's the problem with the new law. If you don't remove those other supporting laws, someone can exploit those loopholes and escape its reach. Unless you count the 2 laws about evasion without plausible doubt, then you have a crafty seal that catches those roach actors. Commend them for their good work. Oh my god, no. Look at the bonuses for the trade unions. Absolutely no. And why it's doubled? Trade unions gets only human for 5 years, and then again trade unions gets only human for 5 years. I believe that's a bug. The matters of governance are for government, not dens of sin. Oh man. There is a 5% chance for Pascal Figgis to be exiled. Oh man, it would be awesome. But only 5%, 70% for trade unions interest group approval. Yeah, and it's also doubled again in both cases. So yeah, it looks like a bug for me. I have to risk it. It's still better than that option. So let's see. If enactment success chance increase, that means that Pascal Figgis will be exiled. No, it's a separate bonds, right? I think so. I have no idea, to be honest. It looks weird to me. Look at that. Is that a separate bonus? And then you have those 3 options available plus that one. Let's see. And on pause. Yeah, success chance increased. Which was, well, for any case. But looks like Pascal Figgis is still part of my country. I'm really thinking about exiling at least one of them. He's liked and it's increasing. Yeah, okay. We need to exile dissident. 5% of more will become more radical. Here we have labor movement. 4.9k are radicals. It's not a big deal. I think we can afford it. Let's exile that bastard. Exile dissident. Yes, I love that sound. The amount of radicals generated depends on our freedom of speech laws and the popularity of the character. Yeah, I'm sure about it. That was the right choice. Ugly communists and socialists, I hate them. Yeah, it's slightly increased, which is not a big deal. Yeah, I would also consider exiling the other guy too. Fish shortage in the Belgian market, I know. We should think about building something. Overview. Infrastructure looking good. Taxation capacity on the limit again. Government administration increase. And what about Flanders? Oh yeah, taxation capacity also a problem. So I'm gonna increase it by 2 even. Because we have money, we can afford it. Boom. Guarantee independence in Prussian-Belgian Treaty of Amity and Commerce invalidated. Wow. Why? Why is that? Military assistance in Prussian-Belgian Treaty of Amity is invalidated. Why is that? What has happened? What about you, Prussia? You still like me? Yeah, you are friendly, so... Wow. Military access? Huh. What has happened, guys? What has happened? Can support more declared interests. Oh, I'm 6 now. No way. Is it because I'm just... I'm 6 and they are 7, I guess? So I'm higher than them? Or I'm just a major... Yeah, of course. I'm great power. That's bad. That's really bad. Or actually is bad. Unavailable. What if I offer you military access? No chance. And transit rights. Wow. No, that's not gonna work. You don't like it, right? I could offer you power block embassy, but it's not gonna work too. Yeah, I should think about it. Available decisions, insufficient construction for investment pool? For real? For real? Available decisions. Yeah, I don't give a shit about this decisions. Though that skyscraper, 500 bureaucracy. Maybe after we enact presidential republic, I can try it. Why not? Since I'm major power, I should think about some greater goals now. That opens up some possibilities, I believe. We could think about colonies for sure. For example, here. But that's a country, so I cannot establish a colony here. Expel diplomats, revoke interest. Diplomatic demands, regime change, ban slavery, annex country. Ooh. Oh, that's actually a cool thing to do. Yeah, we need to start thinking about that. Problem is I have no idea how to do that in that game, so that's another learning process. For now, I should focus on conquering Netherlands first, and then we can think about some other aspects. Let me take a look at Netherlands very quickly, and we will finish the episode. They have 35 regular battalions and 16 conscripts. I'm way more powerful than you are, because I have 55 regular battalions. Right? Right, and I also have some conscripts, which I can assign. Preferably, I would rather avoid using conscripts, because that's the population of my country. But still, this is a viable option. The goal is to conquer Netherlands as quickly as possible. They will not send reinforcements from Dutch East India, which is great. Interestingly, they are cooperative towards me. Yeah, compared with Netherlands. So, maybe we can do something about it. There are not too many options available though, and we cannot just conquer them. Draft a treaty. Support independence. What about that? What if we support their independence from Netherlands? For example, if we click on that, that's gonna cause what? Leverage generation from treaty. Belgium will support the independence of Dutch East Indies. Okay. Can we then force Netherlands to go to war? I believe so. They are under their occupation. They have 24 battalions, regular soldiers, and 25 conscripts. That's crazy. They have more troops than the Netherlands itself. I just don't know how that's gonna work. If I guarantee their independence, they are going to fight against Netherlands? I may need to send some troops here, which requires navy. And my navy... Where is my navy? Ooh. No clue where's my navy. Go to military for a moment. Navy. Marine Royale. Where you are stationing? Zoom to current location. Oh, why you are here? Oh, you are just porting that place. Actually, guys, deploy to C node, station in an HQ. 27 days. Yeah, go to Rhine HQ for now. I don't need you to stay here, especially that you are quite quick as shit. Coordinated interception, organized merchant convoys, raid convoys, blockade, escort. Awesome. There's so many options available too. The problem is I have no idea how it works, so I just send them home, and I would love to also expand my navy because I'm gonna need it if I plan to invade any, well, overseas countries. So that's the option. If we really want to support their independence, I have to think about that. But first, let's focus on Netherlands. That's the main goal. And let's enact that presidential republic. Those are two most important elements I should be focused on for now. And also have to avoid any kind of revolt, civil war with those damn communists. Okay, 38 minutes. So let's finish the episode with the quote. Let me grab my phone, and the quote is: "Canon lends dignity to what might otherwise be a vulgar brawl. Frederick the Great." With that being said, once again, thank you, and see you next time. Goodbye.